Hello. Trying to fix the camera. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let me invite some folks in. I think we got some people here. Hey, Alan, how are you? Happy Monday. Today is Monday in Witchy School Wisdom. Just hanging out for a little bit before I have some other stuff going on, so I wanted to pop in and say hello and wish everyone a happy Wednesday. It's Magical Monday in the group, Witchy School of Wisdom. So, I had a fabulous weekend. Put some lotion on my hands. If you don't know me, I am a Magickal Life coach, and I am a female empowerment leader. And I teach women how to come out of the broom closet and live the most magical life. And I'm also a full moon or new moon circle leader. So I'm doing well. I'm super, super pumped about today or over this weekend. And I wanted to talk about really just female empowerment. I wanted to talk about ritual. I wanted to talk about new moon circles that went on this weekend and just really catch up about what went on this weekend. As you can see by the photos, I participated in a brand new group. It was called the Global Sisterhood, and I am facilitator of the New Moon for Global Sisterhood. Hey, Marcia, welcome. Happy Witchy Monday, Magical Monday. And so we did a global meditation. All around the globe, all of us tuned into this magical meditation at the same time. We had about 150, 200 women there, all in circle. Hey, Caitlin, welcome. Happy Magical Monday. And hey, Marcia. Hello, my sister. So, let me get a drink. It was International Women's Day on the 5th. So we gathered in circle, about 150, 200 people here in Austin. We did a huge meditation, which was broadcast internationally for all of us who go together and raise energy together. And I wanted to talk about that experience and also the experience that I've had running circles and running retreats. After we did the whole global sisterhood meditation ritual, oh my God, it was so beautiful. All the candles, all the women were sitting in circle. We had singing, we had huge releasing, we had vendors, we had a panel of speakers. The women were crying, and it's interesting because I am a natural, what they call a guardian. And naturally, I was sitting in circle, and I had to get up. We all had to get up and do exercises and get some energy going. And the power that you feel when women come together is amazing. You probably saw some of the pictures that I posted today in the group of the women's circle. And so when everybody was doing this whole releasing ceremony, we did forgiving a male that has harmed us. We did that, but after that we did a whole healing of the maternal lineage ritual, which is amazing. So naturally, like this, I always hold sacred space, and I am what they call a guardian, like I talked about. So it was natural for me to get up out of my chair and stand in the back of the room and hold space for these women. And I am naturally just drawn to doing that. I'm naturally drawn to letting the women just release, and for me to hold that strength for them, hold that pillar for them, and to hold that bond for them as they release. Now, this is what we call women's work. This stuff is serious. This stuff is powerful. This stuff is emotional. This stuff is life-changing, stuff that they've been holding on to for many, many years. And during this ritual, it was just amazing. All the women that were releasing all their lineage from their maternal line. It's amazing. So as I was standing in the back, and I always cry in ritual. I don't care if it was it's just the emotional kind of aspect of ritual. No matter if it's a beautiful ritual or a sad ritual, whatever it is, I always cry in ritual. It always moves me. So I was standing in the back with my, hands held up, holding space for these women as I naturally am drawn to do every single circle. And so all these emotions started flooding to me. And I was like, these are not my emotions. I've worked on my emotions with releasing of the mother-daughter wound, the grandmother lineage wound. I've released all that. I've worked on that tons and tons of years, working on that. So these are not my emotions. And this is a problem with people who are empathic. So if you are empathic, please give me some hearts up if you're empathic. If you're catching the replay, put a hashtag replay on there, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can today. So it is important as an empathic and as a circle leader that you realize what is your emotions and what is not your emotions or not your emotions. So all these emotions came flooding in, and almost to the point where I was like, I've got to step out. I've got to leave. I've got to just brush myself off, put up my my bubble again, ground, recenter, and then come back in. But I stood strong. I knew that these emotions were the emotions of the women that were releasing everything in this circle. They were not mine. And I knew that the goddess told me that I need to stand firm. I need to be with these women. I need to be a pillar for these women, and I need to hold strong for these women. So I did not budge. Matter of fact, I widened my stance, planted myself firmer into the ground, into earth. I raised my hands higher, and I stood my ground. I stood my ground to the fact that I accepted all of the releasing energy, and I was a pillar for them. And this is the training you go through as a woman facilitator, as a strong woman who stands up for other women who need to release things. Not everybody can be a circle leader. Not everybody can run rituals, because it takes a very dedicated, very strong, very emotional, supportive person. You have to recognize and witness these women. You have to know that a lot of women, you just have to stand behind them and support them. Let them release. You have to be strong. You have to, because women will just collapse into your arms. And women's work is not easy, not easy. So when I've been doing women's work, rituals, circle leaders, new moon leaders, for many, many years, and I'm certified in this, and I trained in this, and I've trained under high priestesses how to facilitate this. So I know what I need to do. And it is so magnificent when women come together in circle, in ritual, in releasing, the wounds that they don't even know that they carry anymore. So that was day one. That was day one of my weekend. Okay. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Shelly. And Angela's here. Hey, welcome to Magickal Monday. So that was just day one. So the second day was the actual my new moon group that I facilitate here in Austin, in-person new moon. It was beautiful. This is my first new moon ritual that I facilitated as another part of gathering for women. We had about 10 women show up. The space was magnificent. The energy was magnificent. It was under the new moon, so we had such a wonderful time, and you can see the pictures of the altar. And we worked with Kuan Yin, because Kuan Yin is always about healing and love and light and nurturing and compassion. And hello, Alina. And we always pick a goddess that we work with for the new moon, depending on what the new moon aspect is. So because we were doing so much women's work and releasing, and we need to forgive people who have wronged us, we need to release some of the ties that no longer serve us to our mothers and grandmothers. And it was under Free the Feminine was the thing. So it just, we had about 2 or 3 hours in ritual, sharing and creating and tearing up stuff and pouring healing waters over all of our journals, pieces of paper. We had meditation. We had some movement. We had a lot of sharing. We had a lot of witnessing to other sisters in the group. This is what I love to do. For the last 2 days, this is probably why you haven't seen me too much online, is because the last 2 days I have spent in circle with these tremendous, powerful, nurturing women. When women get together, you change things. You rise or raise the vibration. You witness. And instead of tearing each other down, which a lot of us women tend to go to just because that is what you kind of do in like the media. You tear each other down instead of boosting each other up. It really is, hey Leonie, it really is important to recognize the hurt that is coming from the other person, that is where they're attacking you, or where they're trying to tear you down, or where, you know, instead of uplifting you, they're trying to like do whatever. Either it's a male or female, whatever it is, your mother, your sister, your best friend, whatever it is. You have to sympathize with them. It doesn't mean that you have to acknowledge them. It doesn't mean you have to condone their behavior. You just have to realize that that person is wounded in some shape or form, just like everybody else has a wound that needs to be healed. And that's what it is to mean, for me, to be in circle with women. Hey. And I'm so glad y'all are here. Thank you for being here. So it is important that we come together as women, lift each other up, celebrate rituals together as women, and be the most powerful woman you can be. Listen to your voice. It's not only like listening to your voice, but it's listening to other women's voices that need to be heard, that haven't been heard, that have been told their whole life to be quiet, don't say anything, don't make a ruckus, don't be loud, sit, be still. And they've been stifling all of this energy, all of these words, all of these things that need to be coming out, and it will manifest in other ways. So it's not only other people, you know, learning to speak your truth, but it's also witnessing and comforting and nourishing other women to speak their truth too. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody here go to any kind of women's circles or new moon circles or full moon circles in their area? I would love to know. Or if you guys have been to any rituals. I'm almost out of tea, y'all. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer, but I wanted to come in and share with you how, oh, Angela, you know what I would love, and this is on my radar for next year. Oh, Caitlin doesn't have any. Angela doesn't have any. I host new moon and full moon circles, Amanda. So Amanda can testify to everybody how powerful moon circles and gathering with women are. It is life-changing. And Leonie's been in some, so she can testify to how life-changing it is. But to get back to Angela, because Angela is very much a water person, and I was thinking about next year starting another retreat, because I have one coming up in October. But my next witchy one for next year is going to be a goddess water retreat, where we bring in the goddess of Yemaya, which is a beautiful goddess and healing energy. And I really want to do some water, full moon, on the sand, on the beach rituals with witches. And so that'll probably happen next year. But that has been on my radar to do that, because it is important. For Friday, I'm going to Tibetan Gong. Oh yeah, singing bowl meditation is awesome. So anyway, let me finish my sentence before I get distracted. So that's coming up. I'm thinking throwing that stuff around for next year. So since Angela has access to beach and water, I would suggest at least just sitting under the moon, you know, for doing some healing water rituals or some Yemaya rituals. Work with the water goddess or sirens if you want to, or mermaids. And if you don't have a circle, start a circle. I don't care if it's 3 people, you know, 3 friends. Start gathering in circles, no matter how small they are in your area. If there's not one in your area, create one. Where there is a need is where you need to create. We are naturally creatrixes, creators. We create things. We make things happen as women. When we gather, things change. Energy changes. When we gather in circle, women change and get things done. So if you do not have a new moon, full moon, circle gathering, women's gathering, start one in your area. I urge you to start one in your area. And go under Global Sisterhood, and you can start a circle there. I encourage you to start something there. Okay. Now, Shelly, you're going to the Crystal Singing Bowl meditation, which is awesome. I've been to a few here in Austin. And the thing with that is that I always fall asleep because it is so peaceful. Because they have lots of meditations here in Austin. I went to a shamanic journey one. Everybody comes in with their yoga mats, their pillows, their blankets. They're all snuggled up and laying on, you know, the yoga mats while we drum, while we meditate, and people will fall asleep. People will snore. It is that relaxing. Singing bowls are amazing. Journeying is amazing. Drumming is amazing. Chakra energy, it just puts your whole mind and body to rest, to sleep. So don't be up, you know, just be prepared you may fall asleep, which is fine. I love it. It's a sacred space for the hard work, but incredibly fulfilling. It is hard work. And the reason why it's hard work is because someone needs to stand up in this community as women and provide a sacred space for women to come to. And not everybody's called to do that. I promise you, there are leaders and there are people who just aren't ready. So it takes a lot of work. I think I took 3 or 4 hours, probably more than that, to set up. But the prep work and to make sure, it's way more than that, because after the completion, we got done about 9 or 10 at night. The next day, I was totally offline. I was like, I need to just recuperate. I need to ground. I need to spend time with friends and family. I need to just disconnect from social media, from everything, because it takes me about a day to recover from women's work, because I'm holding space for so much energy for so many women. It takes me about a day to recover. Hey, Tony. It was amazing. It'll be once a month here in Austin. So if you're in the Austin area, I encourage you to come to the New Moon Circle. Oh, 7 African powers. Yay. They're amazing. Gives you a headache. Oh, that's interesting. There are some bowls that do the same thing for me. I don't like the high-pitched ones. I love the low, deep ones. If they go really high-pitched, it just irritates the crap out of me. I can't stand it. It's the megahertz, I think, or something it's called. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's the tone. You have to get a tone that resonates with you. Oh, let's see. Well, you have friends here, Caitlin, but you want local friends, right? You're talking about local friends? Yes, yes. See, and when you work, very good point, Leona. When you work with any type of deities, you want to give offerings. Now, when we worked with Kuan Yin, we gave offerings. The whole altar was really offerings to her. But we had everybody kind of put an offering on there, and also I brought offerings for both of us, for all of us, I mean. So yes, it's very important that you give them offerings, because it's an exchange of energy. You are respecting that deity working with you. You're like, okay, if you're working with a goddess for healing and you want the goddess to help you heal, you need to give thanks for the energy that deity is working with you. So it's very important that you respect that deity and give offerings. Even the offerings can be, we'll try to find the offering that works for that deity, but if you don't have any, if you're just working on the fly and you're like, all right, I want to call in Kuan Yin, you can always give offering of your voice, offering of singing, offering of praise, or you can go to offering of a little crystal, a little rock that you can pick up, a little flower that you can pick up while you're doing offerings, a little bit of water or a little bit of cornmeal. Now, I always keep tobacco in my glove box, so when I'm doing kind of rituals on the fly, I always have something to offer them. Although some goddesses are probably like, tobacco? I don't even smoke. Why the hell are you giving me tobacco? But they're like, all right, I'll, you know, your heart is in the right place. Hey, Robin. That's him trying to catch up on comments. Twice a month. You got a lot going on twice a month. Kaylin's in Wyoming, so yeah, it's kind of scarce out there. Oh, yeah, see if you can find a lower pitch one, Caitlin. That might work for you better. See, I don't like the high pitches, and the reason why I think we don't, as women, don't like the high pitches so much is because we're already vibrating on that high level. It's just irritating. So we need to bring something down lower, ground each other out. So here are some things to do to bring in, just simple things to do to bring in your inner feminine energy, right? Bring in your inner goddess. To speak your truth, you can take a lipstick case like this one, just like this one, whatever it is. You can anoint it with any kind of oil, sacred oil. You can put sigils on it. You can do whatever you want to, and so that way you can bless your chapstick, your lipstick case, whatever it is. So every time you put your chapstick or lipstick on, you're speaking your truth. You can do the same thing to perfume bottles, to makeup bottles. So that way, every time you do something, you know to speak your power. Another one is read powerful quotes of historical women. Pick an historical woman that you are drawn to and read her biography. Read quotes from her. Print out the quotes from her and put them in your mirror. Okay? These are all simple things. You know, even if your grandmother was, you know, your inspiration, step out of the house and say, all right, Grandma so-and-so, Grandma, you know, Betty, you're walking by my side today. Thank you. You just want to give honor and respect to the women who have paved the way for us to be able to do and say and feel and create and be our voice that we are now, because back then we were never, ever allowed to say anything, have a choice in anything we do. So that's simple, super simple ways to do it. Another way to do it is to, if you're working with a mirror, anoint your mirror. Look at historical dramas. There's tons of great movies about Queen Elizabeth. I love Queen Elizabeth. The historical ones. And Queen of Scots, Mary Queen of Scots, another powerful woman. But I like this one on Netflix. It's called Warrior Women. And it's about 5 episodes in this documentary about history's fiercest female warriors and fighters. Now, I love that series. It is called Warrior Women, and I highly recommend that one just to get some more information about the strong women that you really don't hear of a whole lot back in history, because there are so many strong women that paved the way for us that we don't ever hear of. So we don't ever, you know, the media hasn't written a book about it. Or Boudica is one of my favorite ones. She's Celtic, and she was a badass pirate also. So she has a great story. So look for female type of energy, female type of historical figures. As far as rituals, just pick one. Just pick one that you're drawn to, that you want to learn more about, and spend time with that person. Light a candle for her. Print out a picture of that person, the warrior or whoever you want to learn more about that was female, that changed your life. And put a picture of her on your altar, or put a picture of her in your mirror while you're getting dressed, and honor the strength that that person had. And learn about that person. Get quotes from that person. Susan B. Anthony and the whole women's suffraging is near and dear to my heart. And the stuff that they went through for us to be able to hear our voice and have our voice count is just brutal and heartbreaking, that they have fought for us. And whether you believe in politics or you don't believe in politics, or whatever kind of reason it is, you owe it to these women to at least go fucking vote. That, you know, whether I think that they're going to change my life or not and make laws better for me, I don't think so. They've never really cared about me. But I vote because these women suffered so much for me to have the right to vote, that they need to be honored. Every time I push that ballot box, I am saying thank you. Thank you for paving the way for me. Because another one, what is that movie called? Let me see. Oh, it was what women's suffraging movement. Something Iron suffrage films. Iron something. Iron Jawed Angels. Amazing movie about the women's suffraging and what they went with, and it's with Hilary Swank. And I really recommend that one. It'll piss you off. It'll get you fired up, which is what we need. Hey Judy, welcome. So that's another one that I recommend is Iron Jawed Angels. Okay. So it is 3:28. Usually I go on for like a half an hour. I feel like my camera's all janky. So that is what I was experiencing this weekend. I want you to experience the same. Don't forget that we have a couple of spots left open for the Witchy Goddess Retreat, which is coming up in October. We have payment plans. This stuff gets to be fired up. Now, if you go back and look at the pictures of the altar that I did for New Moon, that is nothing compared to what we're going to be looking and working with in October. It's we're going to be working with Persephone. So we're going to be doing a lot of pomegranate and a lot of rituals, mother-daughter rituals, a lot of drawing down the moon, a lot of working with her. So if you are drawn to this type of energy, there's only 10 spots, and a few of them have already been filled. Okay. So if you are drawn to working with women, you are drawn to being more magical, you are drawn to stepping into your female witchy empowerment, you want to work with the goddess Persephone in depth, in immersion. That was the ritual that I did for the new moon was only 2 hours. And that was it. This whole goddess ritual, Witchy Goddess Retreat, it's going to be 4 full days of this immersion. And I'm going to be the one that's going to be holding the pillar up for everyone. So you get to work with me directly. You get to work with Persephone directly. You get homemade foods, organic foods, farm-to-table foods. You get full accommodations. We have everything covered for you. All you have to do is show up. Okay, we only have not even 10 spots left because a few of them have been open or been filled. So if you look at that ritual and you look at that sacred space that I created and you are feeling drawn to step into your witchy power, I really do encourage you to claim your spot for Circle because it's going to fill it fast. Right now it's $9.97 with payment plans. As long as it is paid by October 1st, it will go up to $1,200 in August. So I would get it. I would jump on it. This is going to be an intimate type of setting where people will come together and support each other. And like I said, the only ritual that I did Saturday, was a small 2-hour. And look at all the work that went in just to the 2-hour. So it's going to be a lot of work for you guys, and it's going to be life transforming. It's going to be fun. You're going to be immersed into the goddess Persephone. We have goodie bags for you. We have accommodations for you. We have all the food you need, all the sisterhood you need. It's going to be in the beautiful countryside of Trinidad, Texas. It's on a farm, a mini farm, 20-acre farm with a gazebo and fire pits. And there's a lake there. There's farm therapy there. If you want to work with animals, you can collect the eggs there. You can do yoga in the morning. You can just watch the sunset. I need to post some pictures of the actual farm because the Texas sunsets and sunrises are amazing. So you don't have to worry about anything but just book that seat for you and show up. That's all you got to do. Everything else is provided for you. So, like I said, we only have not even 10 spots left. There will be 13 people total, but I only want to keep it at 13, but that includes me and some other people. So I'm only having 10 people there as far as attendees because 13 is a magical number for witches, and I don't want it any more than 13. And that includes me, and the head chef wants to be involved in the rituals, and another person. Okay, so I only have the space for 10 attendees, and not even 10 spots are even open yet. Okay, payment plans are available. If there's a different kind of payment plan that you need to talk about, you need to let me know. We can work anything out. I am working on this daily. Menu's already done. Schedule's already done. Itinerary is already done. Rituals and stuff are already being done, completed with that. And we would do opening ritual, closing ritual, drawing down the moon rituals, goddess work rituals, mother-daughter wound releasing ceremonies. We will be working with some kind of magical incense workshops, all kinds of cool stuff, meditations, rock painting, all kinds of cool stuff is going to be happening. So make sure that you really get in and make this happen no matter what you have to do, because it's going to be different every year. I'm going to have a retreat, but this one is going to be different. This one is my baby right now, and I'm pouring my heart and soul into this retreat, which I pour my heart and soul into everything I do when it comes to women in magical workings, because that is what I do. That is what I love. That is where the transformation comes through. When you come away from this retreat and you go back to your life, you are going to really, you're going to be changed for sure. And your family's going to see a whole new other person for the better. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be more empowered. You're going to be able to have, draw those boundaries. You're going to be able to speak your truth. They're going to hear your voice and how strong it is. And you're going to learn your magical powers for sure. People who have taken my classes, my courses, my new moon circles, they have been transformed. They have quit their jobs. They have started their own businesses, witchy businesses. They have stood up to people that they, didn't think that they could stand up to. They have created, being more activism rooted. They are in the community more. They are learning their more witchy stuff. They have started Facebook groups of their own. They are stepping into their power. This is the transformation that you will get when you work with me. Especially, you will have me 4 days pretty much to yourself. Except for when I sleep. Okay, so that's extra. So that's just a little bit of the transformation that you'll get when you work in these retreats. So does anybody have any other questions before I sign off? No more questions. Facebook's kind of laggy, so I'm giving a little bit of time for you guys to go in, post some questions. So you're getting all that for $9.97. It's really a great deal. And that includes accommodations and all your meals, everything. And 4 whole days in a beautiful farm. So any other questions? Come on, Facebook. Is Facebook being wonky? Is Facebook being wonky? Let me see if Facebook's being wonky. I don't see any more comments. All right, so on that note, I don't see any more comments. So I'm going to close out, get ready for my Astara ritual and my class that begins tomorrow. I've got so much stuff going on in the group. My spellcasting class starts tomorrow. You can get in on that. That's closing in 24 hours. And then my Astara ritual in the coven starts Saturday, and you can still get, the membership into the coven. So we've got 3 things that are going on now. Okay, so that is it for me. I just wanted to share that. Get started on being some. It was nice to hear from. Thanks, Caitlin. It's always a pleasure to be with you. So get started on doing some kind of cool little things about watching the videos, looking at your historical powerful women, watching movies, getting quotes, and doing your sigils on your makeup, speak your truth on your lipstick case. So I gave you some pretty good tips. All right, my sisters, I will see you over in the Facebook group, Witchy School of Wisdom. Bye, y'all.